Angela Dacey is a self-discovery expert here in York Region, and gearing up towards 2011, which really is only a few days away.
It's hard to believe.
Sometimes you need to reevaluate your life, set some goals, and figure out where you want to be in the next year. Angela, welcome to Daytime.
Thanks for having me back.
It
Merry
really
Christmas.
is the perfect time to have you on. Before we talk about sort of moving forward to the next year, when it comes to the holidays, we always hear that S word, stress.
We do, don't we?
But you're not stressed, are you?
Never.
No.
Yeah, right. There's always an element of it in there, for sure, no matter how much work you do on yourself. But it is a stressful time, and not just from the go, 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 and the busyness, and the shopping. But, you know, I wanted to talk today about stress that some people don't really want to admit to, which is what about stress when you have to start seeing people that maybe you don't want to see over the holidays? Because there seems to be this, I don't know what the word is, obligation to see people at this time of year that you maybe haven't even seen for the rest of the year. And it really puts people in a place of huge stress and anxiety. So that's why I thought we should probably come on and talk about that.
Well, here's a question, because a lot of times when people get into a stress state, they become reactive instead of proactive.
Very true.
So how do we sort of...
So good.
So good.
Yes.
Stop it. My head can't fit through the door as it is. But let's talk about that for a second, because, I mean, we're at the Christmas table, we're at the holiday table, Uncle Jim, Uncle Bob, I actually have an Uncle Jim, so not Uncle Jim, but someone like that, you know, is under our nerves. How do we sort of step away from the reactive state and sort of just chill?
I like that. And I was funny, when you said Aunt Edna, and about if she, if you kissed her to the mistletoe, and if she likes it, you have to worry. That cracked me up.
Oh my goodness.
No, you're totally right. You're totally right. And what I like to tell people, especially my clients, is you want to almost set yourself up to be prepared. I mean, so say you're going to go out for that Christmas dinner, or you're going to get together for that Christmas party. I mean, you dress up, you put your makeup on, you look nice, you look good. Well, I also want you to get your thoughts and feelings in check. And I want you to get to a place where you say, okay, I may not love everybody there, or I may not get along great with everybody there, but here's what I'm going to do for me so that I'm not reactive. Because you'll notice that people, when their triggers hit, then all of a sudden they become defensive or they become angry. That's when the biggest fights break out in the family. So I want you to go in and say, okay, here's what I'm going to do. And this is where I actually say time to bring in spirit. Time to say, okay, whatever that higher purpose, higher self is for you, you're going to say, I'm going to ask for help. Because all you have to do is say, okay, I say angels and guides, right? Okay, angels, I want you to help me speak with love and speak slowly and not take on other people's negativity, right? But also I want to get to a place where if I'm getting triggered, I want to stop and take a look at why is this bothering me so much. So if that Aunt Edna or Grandma or whoever's starting to trigger me, walk away from it, go to the bathroom, go to the kitchen, breathe and go, what's going on and why am I so triggered with this? Get yourself composed and then go back. And all that takes is a little bit of awareness so that you're not starting that big, you know, reaction.
And we can control ourselves. We can't control or change other people.
Bingo.
Do people ever also find that during the holidays you're seeing your family members again and they're asking you, how's your job going? What, you know, they sort of put you on the spot. Family members say, hey, how's your job going? What's, you know, and it's very personal sometimes.
It is, and sometimes, you know what, those are the triggers in itself. Maybe you've had a really stressful year at work. Maybe you were laid off or fired. You know, someone's saying, well, when are you having the baby? Come on, are you guys trying? You know, and then you're like, great.
Those are the comments that I mean.
Exactly. Well, are you getting
one of them more than the other, I think.
Not specifically the baby, but you know what I mean. People just say whatever.
Well, and family usually thinks that they have every right to ask you personal questions. So again, you want to make sure you're composed before you go into those situations to say, you know what, maybe that's not a topic I really want to talk about, or everything's great, thanks so much for asking, or you've got to find a way so you don't, why are you asking me that again? You always ask me that every time we get together. And then the fight starts, right? And then it creates just bad vibes, and the happy season turns into the stress, anxious season.
We don't want that.
Just say, drink more wine.
That's true.
No, I don't.
It's a special eggnog mix.
But okay, so let's talk about, let's say we cruise through the holidays. Right. We deal with Egna and everyone else and the baby questions and all that jazz.
I do have a very sweet Aunt Edna, I just want to say. And she's an in-law, and it just hit me. She's probably watching.
Do you want to apologize?
So I did not
it's
mean
not you.
Aunt Edna. My
She meant Betsy. So let's talk about we get through the holiday.
Sure.
Yes.
So now we're in the new year, and it is time to set things right. It is time to get ourselves started, which usually lasts about till, you know, January 2.
Oh, I was going to say 15th.
Yeah,
okay.
15 is pretty good, though.
Pretty good.
I mean, let's talk about small goals. Let's talk about realistic expectations. Can people sort of understand that it's not about quitting smoking in 10 days? It's about sort of, You know what I mean?
Good point. Good point. And I think that's exactly it. And you hit it right on. Is it's small goals and small steps. We can't change the world in like a day. And so we think to ourselves, you know, like if we're 40 years old, well, I can be a new person in like a couple of weeks, couple of months. Well, it took you 40 years to get there. Yeah. So you want to take the small steps to say, what can I do today? What can I do this week? What can I do this month?
Small victories.
Small victories. So if you're really unhealthy, okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'm going to stop eating desserts. And that's just something I'm going to focus on for January. And then in February, maybe I'm going to start actually an exercise program. And then in March, maybe then I'll take a look at quitting smoking, so that you're giving yourself small goals and you're achieving, so that you're proud of yourself and not trying to do it all at once and then you just feel like a failure and you're not going to do any of it.
Yeah.
Does it ever help? We always look back at the last year and look at the negatives, what I didn't do or what I didn't achieve. So should we look back and maybe make a list of all the things that we did really well?
You guys are so good. I can
We're
tell
learning.
That
We're really learning.
I can tell I've been on here a lot, because that's exactly what I would recommend. Is a lot of the times when my clients come and talk to me about all the things that they failed at, I actually make them write a list of all their successes. And you will be amazed at how many successes you'll have in the last 6 months. And people don't believe that. But it can be something very, very small, like I stopped eating desserts. It could be something at, you know, maybe I called an old friend and apologized. That's a success. Maybe it's I made enough money that I actually was able to afford to buy a new car. That's a success.
Or a vacation.
Or it's something. It could be anything that was positive. And when you do that and you have your list of all your successes, it can be mind-boggling and so overwhelming and happy that you go, wow, I actually did a lot. But again, it's choosing to focus on the positive, not the negative.
Which is a decision, right?
Totally a decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that doesn't come naturally.
No, we're trained to think in the negative, right?
It's
we're trained
easier.
Fear. We're trained anxiety. We're trained through media. We're trained through commercials. Everything.
Yes. I was just going to say that. Well, I mean, what happens is it's always like, for me, I've noticed people like to sit around the table. Oh, that's not bad. You need, like, everyone's trying to outdo the bad.
Yeah.
Let's outdo the good.
Who's had the worst year?
Oh, you think you had a bad year? I had to get my gallbladder out. I had, you know.
Wow, I'd love to be at your Christmas table.
You don't.
Oh, wait. If this is summing up, so I brought some positivity.
Oh,
my goodness.
And I want to say Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Anne.
That's how you get welcome back on the show.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Just so you know.
Be back.
For more information, go to the website, AngelaDacey.com, and start your 2011 off right.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back with more on Daytime.